Hi there, my little reading buddies. How are you today? This is your own Gomati auntie. I hope you guys have been all good, safe, and I hope all your loved ones are safe and healthy. I know it is very tough out there, but it is always the hope and the positivity that keeps us going. It is what has kept all our ancestors keep going. There have been multiple situations in the past, be it war or be it another pandemic. You see, hope is what keeps us going. And I also want you all to be hopeful and pray for the betterment of the humankind and the world altogether. Okay. Speaking about hope, today's story is about something very similar to hope, love and kindness. Shall we jump on to see what is in store for us today? Well, before we jump on to today's episode, today's shout out is for Sai. Hi Sai, thank you so much for all the love and all the comments and on reading so many stories with Auntie. I hope you stick on to Little Story Station and read more and more stories, Sai. Alright, now let's jump on to today's story, shall we? Let's go. Today's story is Lost and Found. That's right, today's story is about this little penguin and this little boy and how they bond for life. This book is written by Oliver Jeffers and it's published by the Harper Collins. Now shall we jump on to reading the story? Let's go. Lost and Found. Oliver Jeffers. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad, and the boy thought it must be lost. So, the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. Isn't that the right thing to do? And the boy was doing the right thing. He checked in the lost and found office, but no one was missing a penguin. Nana, penguin is not a pet, and chances of somebody complaining about a missing penguin is very slim, right? He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin came from, but they ignored him. Some birds are like that. The boy asked his duck, but the duck floated away. He didn't know. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he didn't know how. The next morning, he discovered that penguins came from the South Pole. But how could he get there? He ran down to the harbor and asked a big ship to take him to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. So, together, he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. Oh boy, that is a lot of work. The boy took his rowboat out of the cupboard and they tested it for size and strength. They packed everything they would need and together they pushed the rowboat out to the sea. They rowed south for many days and nights with the boy telling stories all the way. Aha, looks like he is also a storyteller and he also likes to tell stories. How interesting. The penguin listened to everything that the boy said. They floated through good weather and bad. When the waves were as big as mountains, until they came to the South Pole. The boy was delighted, but the penguin said nothing. Suddenly, it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. You see, there it says, "Welcome to the South Pole." But the penguin was not happy at all. Let's find out why. The boy said goodbye and floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin looked sadder than ever. It felt strange to be on his own, and the more he thought, the more he realized he was making a big mistake. The penguin wasn't lost, he was just lonely. Quickly, he turned the boat around and headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. At last, he reached the pole again. But where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Sadly, the boy set off for home. There was no point telling stories because there was no one to listen except the wind and the waves. But then the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see the penguin. And so the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. And that is the end of this story. Isn't this a very, very warm story of friendship between the penguin and the boy? You see, the boy always cared for the penguin, and he thought, taking him to his home where he thought he was lost was the right thing to do. But little did he know that the penguin was looking for company. The penguin was looking for company in this little boy. And such a nice warm ending when they are both together and they are able to reunite back and come back home, right? See, oftentimes we do certain things for our loved ones thinking that is the right thing to do. But, it would turn out that, that is not what they would have wanted. Like maybe they just wanted a ear to listen to, or they just needed, a shoulder to cry on. But we take that extra step and try to go and help them, and in the course of doing that, we mess up something, right? So, Auntie loves this picture, and I would like to draw this. It's so simple, yet so warm and portrays the whole crux of this whole story in this picture, right? Today with Chiku and Piku, shall we learn to draw this boy and his penguin? Let's jump on. Hi Chiku. Hi Piku. Hey, how are you? I'm very, very good. How are you? I'm very good too. Alright, now what are we drawing today? We are drawing a little boy and a penguin. Then let's get started. What do we need? A paper and a pen. Alright, let's get started. Now, first off, let's draw the rowboat. Alright, so now we have the boat ready. Now on to the penguin. Now the penguin, we are going to draw the penguin to this height. So let's get started with drawing the penguin, and you have to do a curve like that. That's as simple as that. So let's start like that and end like that. Okay, and the white part of the penguin goes like this, his eyes and his beak. All right, and you could do all black here to indicate that it is the black skin of the penguin. Okay, now moving on to the boy. So the cap here, we could add different patterns in it, as you like it. Here auntie is doing an alternate, black and white. And then you have the face. His face is also pretty simple to draw. All you have to do is, don't take the center, go a little off center and do a straight line and a curve. That's his nose, and finish this off like that, and his eye, one eye here and the other eye all the way towards this side. See that? That's it. And now onto his hand. And he's holding a pole. Okay, so the pole is right next to the penguin. And his hand holding the penguin, his fingers here, his fingers holding the pole, and that's it. This is the cane he's carrying, I think, to navigate around with it. Okay, now he also has a striped t-shirt. That's his leg, and he's holding a suitcase in his other hand. But I don't want to draw the suitcase because I feel that it just gets too much to handle. So what we could do is say he's carrying a map or something. Yeah, let's say he's carrying something in his hand, a roll of map or something, where he's looking at the directions or something. Okay, all right. Now I think that finishes the drawing, and there are some stars here and there. And that's it. There you go. Let's add some colors to it. While you have some colors with you, add a lot of color, and all of this should be in black for the penguin's body, and this will be white, so you could add a lot of black and make the eye and the mouth in white, so that you could see the penguin's eyes and the mouth. All right, I hope you are able to draw this beautiful cover page of Lost and Found. That is lost and found. I hope you enjoyed drawing this little boy and the penguin. I enjoyed and I loved how this turned out. And like how Auntie told you in the previous episode, we are having live read aloud sessions, and details of which is in the description box. So don't forget to check that out, and Auntie would love to have you all as part of the live reading sessions. You see, Auntie love to read stories to kids who enjoy listening to stories. Well, if you like Auntie's stories and the Little Story Station, please like, share and subscribe if you have not done so already. Until next time, take care and read a lot of stories and spread a lot of positivity, and keep doing a lot of prayers for the goodness of the world. Auntie will meet you in another exciting episode. Until then, take care and be good. Bye.